Hi there. Today we're embarking on a captivating journey as we step back in time to explore the legendary movies, the Beverly Hillbillies. I'm sure many of you hold fond memories of this classic movies. The Beverly Hillbillies is a timeless gem that has left an indelible mark on television history. Join us as we relive the magic, revisiting the movies with the entire cast, then and now. We'll uncover the original identities and ages of the talented actors from the show and witness how they've transformed in the year 2024. So, without further ado, let's dive into the world of the Beverly Hillbillies together. Number 1. Buddy Ebson as Jed Clampett. As a true marksman, Jed possesses a keen eye and unwavering loyalty to his kin, staunchly defending and supporting his beloved family. As the proud owner of Mammoth Studios, a gift from the benevolent Milburn Drysdale, Jed's entrepreneurial spirit thrives, adding yet another layer to his multifaceted character. Whenever thoughts weigh heavy on his mind, Jed finds solace upon the curbstone of his mansion, carving away at a piece of wood until clarity dawns. Buddy Ebson, the patriarch and the man who stumbled upon their lucrative ticket to fortune, brought dignity and integrity to the role of Mr. Clampett. He portrayed a simple-minded yet complex character, grounding the entire series with his masterful performance. Beyond acting, Buddy was a dancer, singer, and comedian, less known for lending his singing voice to the iconic Tin Man in 1939's The Wizard of Oz. Unfortunately, due to health concerns, he had to relinquish the role, which was then taken up by Jack Haley. Buddy's versatile career spanned 7 decades, from his debut as a dancer in the 1936 Oscar-nominated Broadway Melody, alongside his sister, Velma Ebson, to his final role in the 1993 film adaptation of The Beverly Hillbillies. In this film, he made a cameo appearance as his other enduring TV character, Barnaby Jones, which concluded after 8 successful seasons of Private Eye adventures. Unfortunately, this cameo marked his last appearance on the big screen. Buddy Ebson passed away on July 6, 2003, after contributing his voice one last time to the cartoon sitcom King of the Hill. Jed Clampett, played by Buddy Ebson, when he was 54 years old. Sadly, Ebson died of respiratory failure at Torrance Memorial Medical Center in Torrance, California, on July 6, 2003, at the age of 95. Number 2. Donna Douglas as Ellie Mae, a captivating fusion of mountain charm and spirited tomboy. Ishness exudes the allure of a pin-up enchantress, coupled with the strength to challenge any man to a wrestling match or throw a fastball like a professional. However, no portrayal of Ellie Mae would be complete without acknowledging her not-so-hidden weakness, the kitchen. The very idea of Ellie assuming culinary duties would send shivers down her family's spines, creating amusing situations whenever circumstances demanded her culinary skills. The show's golden girl, originally named Doris Ione Smith, underwent a name change as she evolved into an established actress and singer. Donna Douglas was celebrated as the beautiful tomboy who could fight like a wild animal. Prior to donning pigtails, she held beauty pageant titles as Miss Baton Rouge and Miss New Orleans in the 50s, which inspired her to embark on an acting career in New York. The Beverly Hillbillies catapulted her to newfound fame, although she didn't achieve movie stardom. A significant film role for Donna was alongside the king himself, Elvis Presley, in the musical Frankie and Johnny. Donna transitioned into a gospel singer, releasing her first album in 1982 and subsequent gospel albums. She also ventured into country music with a few minor records in the 70s and 80s. Taking a step back from entertainment, she delved into children's ministry and authored a Bible-themed children's book. Donna returned to the public eye with a lawsuit against the Whoopi Goldberg film The Sister Act, claiming a $200 million theft of her novel-turned-screenplay, A Nun in the Closet. Although she lost the lawsuit, she re-emerged in 2011 with another legal action, settling a case involving the use of her likeness for a new Barbie doll. Ellie Mae played by Donna Douglas when she was 30 years old. Unfortunately, Douglas died at Baton Rouge General Hospital at the age of 82 on January 1, 2015, from pancreatic cancer. Number 3. Irene Ryan as Daisy Moses. Daisy Moses, self-proclaimed as a mountain doctor, boasted an extensive understanding of herbs, potions, and tonics. A scrappy and resourceful individual, she skillfully wielded a double-barreled 12-gauge shotgun. Daisy possessed the unique ability to accurately tell the time, down to the second by simply observing the sun. Despite her resourcefulness, she could also be characterized as feisty and obstinate, occasionally having her ideas overruled. Notably, she harbored two notable fears: Injuns and the cement pond. Despite her advanced age, Irene, portraying the beloved Granny, is the mastermind behind the most potent jar of moonshine in the county, aptly referred to as her tonic, solidifying her status as everyone's favorite feisty matriarch. Prior to her iconic role as Granny on the Beverly Hillbillies, Irene was a seasoned vaudeville, radio, and movie actress. Recognized as the girl that made Bob Hope laugh, she accompanied Hope on his renowned military tours across America, showcasing her talents in comedy sketches and shorts. Beyond her time on the Beverly Hillbillies, Irene ventured onto Broadway, gracing the big stage in Pippin, which marked her final role before her passing at the age of 70 in 1973, 2 years after the conclusion of the Beverly Hillbillies. Reflecting on her newfound fame in 1963, Irene humorously remarked, "It's like I have gone to heaven. Honestly, it's so funny that I just sit and laugh. 6 months ago, no one cared whether I was alive or dead. Now everyone I meet asks, 'How old are you really, Granny?' The show is just so simple, just good old-fashioned comedy. No one is neurotic, we solve no world problems, and there's no message about anything." Irene received 2 Emmy Award nominations for her portrayal of Granny. Securing the role was no easy feat, as Irene recalled in 1972. "I had to fight for it. They told my agent I was too young. I had worked with the scriptwriter, Paul Henning, before on the Dennis Day Show. So I went up and read for him. It was the first time I had to close a script from laughing. I told him if they had anybody older, they'd never make it up at 5 a.m. for filming." After a slight delay, she received the notification that she had landed the part. Daisy Moses played by Irene Ryan when she was 60 years old. Unfortunately, Ryan died at St. John's Hospital, Santa Monica, California, on April 26, 1973, at the age of 70. Glioblastoma and arteriosclerotic heart disease were listed as the causes of her death. Number 4. Max Baer as Jethro Bodine. Jethro Bodine, a character whose journey from innocence to ignorance and pomposity will leave you both bewildered and amused. Legend has it that Jethro was born with a full set of teeth, a truly extraordinary feat. Throughout the series, Jethro's ventures into various careers were marked by little success, often driven by his insatiable desire for the company of attractive women. A soul brimming with sweetness and ambition, Max Baer effortlessly captivates everyone with his charming looks and a relentless quest to discover his place in the world. Amidst the allure of California's beautiful women, Jethro often succumbs to delightful distractions. His self-assured belief in his genius, despite a modest 6th grade education, only adds to his endearing charm. Max Baer Jr.'s foray into the world of acting unfolds like a serendipitous mix-up at the Warner Brothers cafeteria, where he found himself mistakenly identified as the recently departed James Garner from Maverick. Seizing this peculiar twist of fate, a savvy studio head, intrigued by the uncanny resemblance, promptly penned a contract. Steering clear of his father's formidable footsteps in heavyweight boxing, given his dad's status as a world heavyweight champion, Max embarked on a journey to stardom. As Jethro Bodine, Max tasted the sweet nectar of fame. However, the narrative took a poignant turn when the curtains fell on the show, casting Max into the unfortunate role of the simple-minded good old boy, etching a bittersweet chapter in his artistic journey. Jethro Bodine played by Max Baer when he was 25 years old, and now he is 86 years old. Number 5. Raymond Bailey as Milburn Drysdale. Known as a masterful puppeteer, Drysdale pulls the strings of the financial world with unwavering determination. As the president of Commerce Bank, he thrives on the thrill of success and the allure of wealth. Like a maestro conducting an orchestra, he orchestrates a symphony of charm and persuasion to retain the Clampetts' business. Milburn Drysdale, the affluent bank president and neighbor of the Clampetts, becomes an unexpected ally for the newfound millionaires as they navigate their riches with the help of his capable assistant, Ms. Hathaway. Raymond Bailey's portrayal of this materialistic character, a stark contrast to Jed, was impeccable. Raymond's initial foray into acting as a young teenager in California didn't quite hit the mark. His journey took a detour during World War II when he served and was subsequently captured as a prisoner of war by the Germans. Upon his return to the U.S., Raymond found his footing in the acting world, making notable appearances, including 10 episodes on Alfred Hitchcock Presents. His extensive career spanned from 1939 to 1975, with a memorable role as a lawyer in the classic comedic car film Herbie Rides Again. This film marked one of his final appearances before retiring due to the onset of symptoms related to Alzheimer's disease, some of which became evident towards the end of his time on The Beverly Hillbillies. Milburn Drysdale played by Raymond Bailey when he was 58 years old. Sadly, Raymond Bailey died of a heart attack on April 15, 1980, at the age of 75 in Irvine, California. Number 6. Nancy Kulp as Jane Hathaway. In her role as Milburn Drysdale's devoted and highly efficient secretarial assistant, Miss Jane executed every command with unyielding dedication. However, beneath her professional demeanor, she couldn't escape a deep-seated aversion to her boss's relentless greed. Unlike Drysdale, Jane harbored genuine affection for the Clampetts, feeling an unexplainable pull towards their humble charm. Nancy Kulp is an American actress best known as the proper Miss Hathaway on the 1960s sitcom The Beverly Hillbillies. Kulp was born the daughter of a traveling salesman who moved the family to Florida during her teen years. She earned a BA in journalism from Florida State University and left the University of Miami in 1944 to volunteer for United States Naval Reserve during World War II. While she was working in publicity at 20th Century Fox director George Cukor told Kulp that she should consider acting. She got her first on-screen credit in the 1952 drama Steel Town and appeared in numerous films and television programs through the 50s, including playing the mother of the mentally ill Eve in 1957's The Three Faces of Eve. In the late 50s, Kulp had a recurring role in The Bob Cummings Show and played a camp counselor in the 1961 comedy The Parent Trap. But it was her role as bank secretary Miss Jane Hathaway in the hit CBS sitcom The Beverly Hillbillies that gave Kulp an enduring fame. Nominated for an Emmy in 1967, she appeared on the show through all of its 9 seasons. After the program's cancellation in 1971, Kulp had recurring roles on the sitcoms The Brian Keith Show in 1973 and Sanford and Son in 1975. She appeared infrequently by the late 70s and ran an unsuccessful campaign for a House of Representatives seat in 1984. Jane Hathaway played by Nancy Kulp when she was 41 years old. Unfortunately, by 1991, the cancer had spread and she died on February 3, 1991, aged 69, in Palm Desert, California. Number 7. Bea Benaderet, as cousin Pearl Bodine. As the resolute matriarch of the Bodine clan, Pearl shoulders the weight of responsibility with determination. A paragon of practicality, she fearlessly guides her family through the complexities of their newfound life. With a tongue as sharp as a sword, Pearl boldly expresses her thoughts and confronts challenges head-on, unflinchingly making the tough choices that others may avoid. One of the busiest voice actors of the post-war era, radio star Bea Benaderet then became a fixture of CBS TV comedy with roles in The Burns and Allen Show, The Beverly Hillbillies, and Petticoat Junction. Cartoon regular, giving dozens of female characters a distinct identity, including Tweety Pie's dim-witted Granny, and appeared on screen for the first time as a clerk in Alfred Hitchcock's spy thriller Notorious. Following performances as Wilma the housekeeper in short-lived sitcom Peter Loves Mary, and Mrs. McKisco in the big-screen adaptation of F. Scott Fitzgerald's Tender is the Night, Benaderet was initially considered for the part of caustic Granny in The Beverly Hillbillies, but deemed to be too busty for the role by producer Paul Henning. She was instead given the chance to display her impeccable comic timing as middle-aged widower Pearl Bodine. Benaderet then landed her most high-profile gig when she was cast as Shady Rest Hotel owner Kate Bradley in rural comedy Petticoat Junction, and also appeared several times in its spin-off Green Acres. Cousin Pearl Bodine played by Bea Benaderet when she was 56 years old. Unfortunately, Benaderet died on October 13, 1968, of lung cancer and pneumonia. Number 8. Shug Fisher as Shorty Kellums. Shorty is renowned for his cheerful demeanor and infectious laughter, infusing the group with a sense of joy and lightheartedness. A loyal friend, he is ever ready to extend a helping hand and provide support when called upon. Despite his limited resources, Shorty approaches life with enthusiasm, making the most of every situation. His optimism and positive outlook are contagious, often uplifting the spirits of those in his presence. Shug Fisher was an actor who was no stranger to being featured in numerous film roles throughout his Hollywood career. He began his acting journey in films such as the Henry Fonda dramatic adaptation Mr. Roberts, the horror feature The Giant Gila Monster, alongside Don Sullivan, and the Jeffrey Hunter mystery Sergeant Rutledge. His presence was also felt in the James Stewart Western Cheyenne Autumn and the James Stewart drama Shenandoah. Throughout the 60s and 70s, Fisher maintained a steady presence in film, contributing to productions like The Rivers, with Steve McQueen, Smoke, and Guns of a Stranger. His versatility extended to TV movies, including Cutter's Trail, Key West, and Huckleberry Finn. Notably, he was credited in the film Help Wanted Kids and had a role in the TV miniseries Louis L'Amour's The Sackets. Shorty Kellums played by Shug Fisher when he was 62 years old. Sadly, Shug Fisher spent his final years living in Studio City, California. He died on March 16, 1984, after a lingering illness, with old friend Ken Curtis by his side in Woodland Hills in Los Angeles. Number 9. Harriet McGibbon as Mrs. Margaret Drysdale. Exuding elegance and sophistication, Mrs. Drysdale embodies these qualities in every facet of her character, yet her allure goes beyond the superficial, as she harbors a steadfast determination to maintain the status quo and safeguard her esteemed social standing. Harriet McGibbon enjoyed not one but two successful careers. She spent her 20s touring the country in plays like You Can't Take It With You, and she studied harp with the Boston Symphony Orchestra before becoming a steady supporting film and television actor. McGibbon abandoned her plans to attend Vassar College in order to pursue her theatrical interests, and she appeared in regional productions in Kentucky, Ohio, and California, as well as in numerous Broadway plays. Though she made her TV debut in 1951, it wasn't until the 60s that she committed herself to an offstage acting career. Many of her roles found her playing a haughty society woman or snooty next-door neighbor. In the majority of one, she played the nosy friend of a cynical Brooklyn widow and was cast as a disapproving parent in Son of Flubber, the sequel to Disney's goofy family comedy, The Absent-Minded Professor. McGibbon worked steadily in small roles on popular shows like the road trip series Route 66 and played stern high school teacher Miss Finch in the TV adaptation of the comic strip Archie. Her most memorable role came as the status-obsessed Mrs. Margaret Drysdale on The Beverly Hillbillies. A Boston Brahmin by blood, Mrs. Drysdale frequently clashed with her next-door neighbors, the newly rich Clampetts, and saved her most heated remarks for the spry, gun-toting granny, Daisy Mae Moses. Mrs. Margaret Drysdale, played by Harriet McGibbon, when she was 57 years old. Unfortunately, she died at age 81 due to heart and lung failure at Beverly Hills, Los Angeles, California. Number 10. Linda Henning as Jethrine Bodine. Jethrine, the twin sister of the infamous Jethro Bodine, bears a remarkable resemblance to her sibling, yet she boasts a distinctly unique personality. She refuses to conform to societal norms, embracing her tomboyish spirit and venturing into unconventional territories. Mischievous and playful, Jethrine's infectious grin can illuminate any room, and her humorous pranks and witty antics never fail to provoke hearty laughter. She injects a dose of joy into the narrative, infusing every scene with her vibrant energy and zest for life. Linda Henning was just 19 when she secured the role of Betty Jo Bradley in Petticoat Junction, 1963, joining a cast that included the likes of Bea Benaderet and Edgar Buchanan. Despite the intimidating company, Henning brought a fresh, youthful energy to her character. Betty Jo was portrayed as spirited and adventurous, maintaining close ties with her fictional sisters, Bobby Jo and Billy Jo. In reality, Henning harbored different aspirations, a passion for music. Amidst the backdrop of aspiring young musicians in the 60s, Henning, proud to be among them, set her sights on a music career. While many teenagers of the late 1960s aimed to be the next Beatles, Henning believed not only in her musical talent, but also in her audacity, something she felt set her apart from many peers. After her stint in Petticoat Junction, Henning followed through on her musical aspirations. In the 1970s, she released a country album titled A Country Session, showcasing her skills in singing and songwriting. Jethrine Bodine, played by Linda Henning, when she was 18 years old, and now she is 79 years old. We reflect on the incredible journey of the Beverly Hillbillies cast from 1993, witnessing their growth and transformations. It's evident that the bond forged during those years has left an enduring legacy. From thrilling highway pursuits to heartwarming moments, these actors brought the California Highway Patrol to life. Their stories continue to resonate with fans around the world. As we explore their then and now, we celebrate the enduring impact of the Beverly Hillbillies. Thank you for joining us on this nostalgic trip down the California highways with the remarkable The Beverly Hillbillies cast of yesteryear.